This offer isn't available in stores. Call or go online right now.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800.
Of the day and discuss how they'll impact our future live from 4:30 to 6 p.m.
I'm Kristen Scholler, anchor of Cheddar's Opening Bell. Catch us every day for the opening of the markets on Wall Street. Featuring
Go to the phone, write that down. This is offer 1. Dave, can you show them offer 2? Because, okay, there we go. 3 containers.
Human America. And now is the time for you to own the Shark Vertex powered lift-away with...
Girl, you know, it's a mighty big house. It takes a miracle woman to get it all done.
Los republicanos no consiguieron los votos para aprobar un proyecto de alivio en el Senado, el plan de $500 mil millones que no incluía otra serie de pagos de $1,200, no obtuvo a los votos necesarios.
G coverage.
Pines. I've camped there lots of times.
Add 2.5 air miles, making it just a touch longer, Ash.
I thought you were going to say, and it's back.
Next on The Edge, Odell Beckham banned from his alma mater. What he did that cost him visiting rights. But first, for the first time in more than 50 years, the classic It's the...
Find out the top 5 reasons to shop Mercedes-Benz of South Charlotte, the premier Mercedes-Benz store.
It's indeed a pleasure to never stop fighting for us.
Welcome back. Oh no, Odell. Tonight, former LSU wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. finds himself banned from campus after he distributed $2,000 worth of
Scotch Guard for that upholstery.
Very special. In the last call on the gingerbread, this burlap kind of...
Try not to remember it. It was the worst day of my life.
Worse than seeing your family being taken away from you?
Tom, what do you feel like this house should sell for?
I think it's less than what Deborah thinks.
In Tampa at HSN,
Perfect.
I'm in New Jersey. You did it by yourself. I am so proud of you. This is what all...
Do to have a dad? Jeez. Oh, you fibbed to Santa. You're getting clothes.
New season, new time, same housewife.
Dude, enough.
American Housewife season premiere, Wednesday, October 28th on ABC.
Neck and neck within the margin of error, so it's likely we'll see both campaigns back here in North Carolina once or twice between now and Election Day. Back to you.
Thanks, Joe. The candidates came here today hoping to win over North Carolinians, but many have already voted. 13 days from Election Day, 30% of registered voters have already cast their ballots. As those two campaign events were underway, the FBI held a news conference warning all of us about foreign efforts to undermine the election.
Iran and Russia have taken specific actions to influence public opinion.
Económicas que lo obligaron a hacer algo impresionante para no perder su mansión.
Based on the speed of its cooling, Bennu appeared to behave more like sand.
American tastes sweet, tart,
and loopy. It's actually better than I thought.
And somebody who delivered the best damn peacock I've ever eaten. Well done, Ruby, your star baker.
Well done, Ruby.
This is your bike?
Yes, it is. And I'm proud to have this bike. This my old friend here. And I've been with her.
Kiss you goodbye.
Kiss me. Well, I had to think there'd be anything wrong with that. Ain't got no shoes on feet. Don't know where she gonna find.
Ever seen, boy. I just want you to make sure that you wipe your feet before you walk in my house.
Because we found the traditional brush rolls with stiff bristles.
That store would have this Norel, and we would not have it. That's
Actually,
exactly the way it would happen.
When
things happen.
Don't realize that there are multiple forms of collagen. So we came together and said, collagen's great, but there's type 1 collagen.
Stiff bristles have gaps. They're going to leave some dirt behind.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Hendrick Automotive Group. Live from Charlotte, this is WBTV News, on your side.
Tonight, 68 cases of COVID and counting from one Charlotte itself. And two very different campaigns, one with an estimated 20,000 people.
And we're going to win 4 more years in the White House.
Both the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and Vice Presidential candidate Senator Kamala Harris in the Charlotte area tonight. Good evening and welcome to your news at 11 o'clock. I'm Molly Grantham. Having both of them here within the same hour is all the indication you need to show North Carolina is a battleground state. Both camps want our votes. We have had team coverage of both visits for you all day long. Our Ron Lee was at President Trump's rally and our Alex Giles was at Senator Harris's event. We're going to get to check in with both of them in just a few minutes. But first, there is breaking news tonight from the United States Department of Justice. The Director of National Intelligence saying Iran and Russia.
Man, I fold, man. Like your dog tipping you off.
All new Family Time. Next Wednesday night, 8/7 Central. Only on Bounce.
Every time we pre-rinse, we...
No, my grandmother was as well. So I feel like it's just like in my blood and they would not be happy with me if I didn't know how to do my hair.
Like a good girl.
Well, you're going to be at the Opry this weekend with your neighbor, Jeannie Seeley.
That's all there is to it. No, you're not going to make a fuss about a little thing like that, are you?
Our Hunter Sines and Brandon Goldner were among the reporters. We have a team coverage of tonight's event. First, let's check in with Hunter, who has more on what exactly the president said.
The president spoke to supporters here in Gastonia for more than an hour. He told them what he would do if given 4 more years, as he raved about the crowd size during a pandemic that's worsening.
This is a big crowd. This is one hell of a big crowd.
It was a rally that looked pre-pandemic, except some supporters wore masks while most did not. Social distancing wasn't a thing as the president downplayed growing COVID numbers.
They say cases are up. Yeah, testing is up. We have more testing than India, China, and almost every other country. Between a Trump super recovery or a Biden steep depression.
Mr. Trump also spoke directly to Governor Roy Cooper on the day he announced North Carolina would remain in Phase 3.
I love this state. You got to get your governor to open up your state here.
According to the polls, President Trump is in a razor-thin race with Biden in the Tar Heel state.
Benefits. Call 800-485-3408. 800-485-3408.
Bam! My accident happened in a second.
My settlement?
On trial, the jurors will have all these crazy ideas in their heads, which they're allowed to have, and then there's your reasonable doubt. That's the only lifeline that the defense has because there's so much circumstantial evidence here.
Quite a bit of water blasting down through there. I think we got the river.
From local stories of days past to vintage military photo galleries, get an in-depth look at history on Good Day Charlotte and afternoons during the 5 o'clock news.
Mayo Law Offices has been serving the Carolinas since 1992.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Chuck, what you got, sir?
One accident clearing up 77 southbound near Clanton. A little slow right now if you're leaving the John Buck Freeway, but we're bumping back up. You could use South Triana or South Boulevard as alternates. Studio.
Traffic Center. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you all for being with us today.
We love our Good Day family, and we love you guys watching each and every day.
We do indeed. Have a wonderful Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow.
At Home with Rachel.
2 coasts, 1 heart.
Miss the story behind the song. Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern on SBN.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pastor Gabriel Swaggart, and we've got a very special half-price offer that I want you to take advantage of.
In 1 hour, the Enterprise will be torn apart by the gravitational force.
Would you be willing to submit your phone to us for review, your computer too? You want to look at my phone? You say you got nothing to hide?
It's all right. Bet your sweet life I will.
I want to know run
46.4.
Season 2 is here, y'all.
Weekdays on My 12.
All right.
Mortality. From analyzing the paranormal from a biblical worldview and technology. Conspiracy. Discover another edition of Skywatch TV.
Is there an ancient mystery that predicted the very pandemic that the world is suffering through right now? Watch this.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Now at 10, dueling campaign stops in North Carolina tonight as we near Election Day to try to interfere in our election. And 2 people are dead and dozens more are sick after attending a West Charlotte church event. The new information from health officials today about that outbreak and how far it may spread. You're watching Eyewitness News live tonight at 10. We are now 13 days out from the election, and candidates are making stops here in the Carolinas. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Scott Wickersham. Our government reporter, Joe Bruno, breaking down the stops today from President Trump and Vice Presidential nominee Kamala Harris in our area.
Less than 2 weeks until Election Day, both campaigns holding events in areas they need to
make a lovely centerfold.
That's my grandma. She's the greatest.
She is rushed to the hospital, but dies on the way.
Suited up, I'm bearded down. Let's get out there and win this thing.
Yes!
You guys.
Get the dams removed took about 35 years. It began in the 1980s. That's when the
It's a yelp for help. And I think what policymakers and what those who are hoping to win office have to do is they have to understand that just because those folks are showing up, yes, they are engaged in the issues, but they're not engaged in the remedies that you might be presenting to these folks. They need to see more.
But there are signs that millennials may be taking their activism from the streets to the ballot boxes. In 2018, there
Who's there? We go there. Here. Just 3.
Like you. Thank you.
You're watching PBS.
Hey everyone, I'm Henry Louis Gates Jr.
To me.
You're watching the Explorer Channel.
This month in Passport, your on-demand library of the best of PBS.
The storm will certainly.
This PBS station. Sign in and start streaming today.
The vote is the most powerful tool we have in a democracy.
On the Explorer Channel.
We've been taking the environment for granted for a long time.
9 on the Explorer Channel.
There is no parallel for this election.
Awful. Home to 19 generations.
Explorer Channel. You're watching the Explorer Channel.
On Masterpiece.
2 things you don't know.
Now recorded a spawning run of nearly 8,000 fish and seen them in headwaters 60 miles upstream.
Where is it coming from? We must find out immediately. Don't worry, Queen Mom. We're on it.
Friend and fellow guide Marwa Abbas. She explained how lots of ancient hieroglyphic writing on papyrus survives.
In South Carolina, we like straight shooters. We share a faith in our nation, a love for our family, and
diluting the chaos. If Jamie Harrison is elected to the Senate, get ready, because it's coming. Harrison stands with the radicals who want to defund the police. Heck, he'd be another vote for Chuck Schumer and the liberals.
To keep prescription drug prices high, and he can't even be bothered to wear a mask.
The facts? We've only gotten more in debt. We have this virus now out of control. People out of work, no health care.
Private insurance eliminated. Hospitals closed.
Voted to let drug companies raise prices on hundreds of medicines. And while they were jacking up prices on you, Tillis got something for himself, too.
And he did a good job.
Nothing will stop their radical agenda.
Expanded broadband access and funding for job training programs.
Here's how it works.
You don't get to play with my finances. You don't get to play with my security for my family.
Taking our civil right to defend our families by taking our guns.
Cunningham called it a practical decision.
His dad taught him to be a proud gun owner and support the Second Amendment. As a devout, pro-life Christian.
Can you imagine growing up in a country where the government pays you to kill someone?
Because it's not up to the government to solve all these problems.
Taylor was the only fatality. I received a phone call from Senator Graham. He said,
a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot.
That was Trump's whole thing.
But no more. He's a different person now. He only cares about himself.
I worked hard for Lindsey. Was there with him when he first won a seat in Congress.
Anybody that says different doesn't know what they're talking about.
What happened to Lindsey Graham?
Just ask far-right Constitution Party candidate for Senate, Dr. Bill Bledsoe.
We did not take responsibility for Lindsey Graham.
While the virus rages and job losses surge, Lindsey bails out his Wall Street donors, but wants to cut our Medicare and Social Security.
It's about the money, not the people.
Veterans, frontline workers, single moms.
Standing in their way. I am Joe Sam Queen. I support law enforcement. I always have. But Mike Clampett keeps lying.
What does that mean for you?
Law enforcement across North Carolina. Republicans and Democrats support us first.
25 years of hobnobbing in Washington can make a man forget who he is.
I know he will listen to the experts.
Here's how my plan works.
Higher taxes, government-run health care, and adding 4 new liberal justices to the Supreme Court. A vote for Jamie Harrison is a vote for
at least 5 million new, good-paying jobs and create them right here in the United States of America. You can ask his 9 grandkids about that.
He taught me how to ride a bicycle.
Holly successfully worked across the aisle to help
legislate from the bench. Activist judges who won't uphold the law, but rewrite the law. Promoting liberal ideas the people of South Carolina oppose.
Setting an example, taking personal responsibility not only in what I teach my boys, but in how I conduct my life and how I treat others.
With small business grants to help them stay open and keep employees on the job. We have more high-speed internet, more healthcare job training,
and funding to keep rural hospitals open.
Hey, what? Floyd Nichols, our senator from Greenwood. He shares our values.
Out of touch with upstate families, he voted against lowering prescription drug costs, against protecting those with pre-existing conditions, and even against the coronavirus relief we needed during the pandemic.
Upstate families deserve better.
You are on my same wavelength.
Hillary is by far the most prepared person to ever step into the ring for the presidency. I'm so proud to be with her.
You have really been an inspiration and a mentor for me. Being able to work under you was some of the greatest years that I had. Thank you for all that you've done for this country.
And I'm not easy to impress.
I'm not busting my chops to become majority leader to do very little or nothing. Everything is on the table.
But he's just another political hypocrite.
First he said it was no worse than the flu. Now Cawthorn wants to eliminate protections
for the other Lindsey Grahams in the world who
put rapists behind bars.
Here's how my plan works.
Vote for President Trump.
They're making it all up.
I am done with politicians.